Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2024 Derby City Classic. My name is Somerfield Habener, here with Railbirds Productions, and this is brought to you in cooperation with Bad Boys. We are playing one pocket here. This is round one action. We have Roy Gunther versus Tony Chohan. One Pocket is a game played here at Derby City. This is the largest one pocket tournament in the world. One Pocket's a game where each player has to make 8 balls in their pocket before the opposing player makes 8 balls in theirs. You can make any ball at any time. Whichever direction you choose to break towards, that will be your pocket. It's one of the feet pockets down where Roy is racking now. Like I said, this is round one action, and we're about to get started. Roy wins the leg, and that's a good position to be in. We're playing a race to 3 here, so the first person to win 3 games. And the break can be a big advantage, and I don't know a lot about Roy's game, but I do know Roy's going to need every advantage he can get here. So, looks like he likes, I think he's probably going to break towards that upper right-hand foot pocket. I think he likes the contrast between the 1 and the 8. A lot of players like a contrast like that. A lot of players like a similar color so they can see the division between the balls there. We'll see which side he chooses to break towards. There we go. I am super excited to be watching some Derby City Classic action because I did not get to be there this year, and this is great. So thanks for tuning in. Let's see how Roy can break them. Alright, so typically you're going to want to, so he pocketed a ball, which is going to be an illegal break. Typically when you miss that head ball, you've got a good chance of pocketing that second ball, and that's exactly why that's an illegal break. You make a ball like that on the break, and it turns into a run-out game, and that's not really the intention of one pocket. Alright, so that turns into a re-rack here. Now, had Roy made that ball and scratched, it would not have been a legal break. So the rack would have stayed up, and he would have owed a ball. He would have spotted that ball, and Tony would have ball in hand in the kitchen moving forward. Kind of an interesting rule here at Derby City Classic, and one that is commonly confused. There's not a lot of referees here at Derby City, so a lot is left up to player interpretation of the rules, and this is a pretty unique event. Knowing the rules going into it is a really important thing. Player meeting isn't always something that everybody wants to attend, but it turns out it comes into play quite often. So Roy's going to try to clip that head ball. Ideally, you want to clip that head ball, make full contact with the second ball there, and kind of float down to the foot rail and back up towards the left side rail. Again, he caught that second ball real full. He got away with it. Oftentimes that corner ball will hang in front of his opponent's pocket. Kind of got away with it, but definitely leaves Tony something to look at. Let's see if he fires a spank. I got a feeling he will. Oh, like it had eyes, but so did the cue ball. Brutal. Man, oh man. So, kind of see how this match is going to go. Tony likes to shoot. He made that ball, but it was illegal, so not only does he spot that ball, he still owes a ball. Great opportunity here for Roy. Let's see what he can do. Tony's still got that 11 hanging in his corner, so let's see how aggressive Roy wants to get. It's hard when you're playing players like this, where you really got to take advantage of every opportunity you have to shoot, but boy, you don't want to leave him any kind of window. Looking at the stack here, which definitely got busted up a little more than it normally would in a one pocket break because he caught that second ball so full. Roy taking a good look. Nothing looks wired. I like the 12-8 here because I feel like I can play a pretty safe, aggressive shot. But it's pretty hard to not sell at a bank if you miss, and as we see, Tony can bank the ball pretty well. Looks like he might just clear this 11. Might try to play at 2 rails. I like that. I like the long Z bank here. Let's see if that's what he's thinking. Hits it, but unfortunately hits it thin. That's going to... Oh, keep rolling. Kind of got away with it again. Looks like Tony is probably going to shoot that 9 ball. If he doesn't think it's a kiss, and I don't think it is. Looks like he's going to try and stay down on the bottom side of the table as well. Alright, so misses the bank and unfortunately gets behind the 10 here. Good opportunity again for Roy. Unfortunately, that 10 ball doesn't buy you much. You probably are going to play the 10, bank that 7 ball next. Yeah, let's see what he decides to do. He might go forward and try and make contact with that 3-4. That might open things up a little bit more for him. Tough queuing position. Looks like he's thinking about the 7 ball also. Looks like he's going to have to either stiff that 7 or try to pass it. Which doesn't really get him a whole lot after this shot. Yeah, looks like he's going to try and stiff it. And kind of over-stiffed it there. Alright, well, gets 1 down. Ball counts 1 to -1. Tony needs 9. Tough cut on the 7. Tony shooting right over those balls. Totally unintimidated. Alright, hangs the ball, and that might be the best thing that could have happened there for Tony. Roy does not have a clear path. The 4-3 looks like you can do something with it. Doesn't quite look wired, but I think you can get there. It's a scary thing to shoot at. Well, maybe it is wired. Yeah, boy, with Tony having a ball hanging in the jaws, that's a scary shot. Looks like he might be playing off that 9 to make the 7. Taking a look at it anyway. Might be looking at banking that 9, but I don't think he's got a lane. Yeah, boy, and making that 7 ball, you really want to make sure you pocket that thing. It's such a small ball from there. It's right on that rail. Yeah, that's an easy mistake to make. Looked like a good shot, but just barely missing that 7. So Tony off to the races. Pretty small distance between there and the 7, so it's a tough shot to get back on, but Tony's got that great little nippy stroke when he wants to use it that just, I mean, he can put a lot of action on the ball without a whole lot of room. Might have got a little too much action there. Oh, looks like maybe Tony thought that he fouled here. Yep, he must have double hit it. There we go. It did look... Oh yeah, there we go. I was gonna say that was an awful lot of top if that wasn't a foul. All right, so Tony drops down to -2. He's spotting Roy a couple here. Yeah. Looks like you might have been looking at that 1 ball. Good effort. You know, I want to say you want to play a little safer than that, but when you're playing Tony, you really gotta take your chances when you get him. He thought it went. All right, Tony needs 10. 1 down. Right. Got a little, maybe a little too much angle on that 11 to pop over for the 9, unless he's just going to punch it. Okay, he's playing 9 first. Back to the 11. Yeah, and I think he was just trying to catch between that 5 and 15 to be able to stop. Couple down, only needs 8 now. Oh, that's a nice little lane. So trying to play the 1-2 rails there and slip right in that spot. Man, did he hit that ball good. Doesn't quite pocket it. Doesn't sell anything for Roy, and he's back to even. Yeah. Looks like he thought he only needed 1 there. Yeah. It looks like we got 1-1. Roy shooting. I don't think he has a bank lane for that 15. You can play the 2 ball here and kind of roll into the stack. I like that, but it doesn't really get you a whole lot. And you definitely take some risks doing that. It's kind of a one and done type shot. Looks like he's going to play the 10 and just kind of try and freeze him on the rail. Maybe play into that 1. Play right into the 9. Makes that ball. It's going to end up spotting up. Yeah, it's a good shot. The proximity to the rail when you play those shots is so hugely important in this game, especially with a guy like Tony with all that firepower. Really want to make sure you can freeze him on that rail if at all possible. Looks like Tony's got a potential 2-railer on the 15. I don't know. It's pretty tight. Looks like he likes it. Gonna carry forward just enough. Man. So yeah, missing that 2 ball. Drilling that bank. Ooh, I thought it was going. Alright, hangs it up again. Like we said, that's a tough position to be in. Roy not in a position here to play the combo right now. And he didn't like it before. I don't think he's going to like it now. This is something where I really want to tie someone up on a ball. I like playing the 8 ball, hopefully back towards my side, and freezing right up on that 13. You can also kind of do the same with a 12 ball here. See, I mean, if you can play that 8 and get on the backside of a ball and keep Tony from firing at that 15, that's what you're hoping. Yeah, let's see what he decides. It's like we said, this is round 1 action, so nobody's got a loss so far. Both these players have an option, if or when they lose, to rebuy 1 time. There's a redraw every time at Derby City Classic. It's not a traditional bracket of any kind. That's kind of one of the fun and interesting parts of this event. Taking a good long look at it. Yeah, boy. I just don't think any of the risks that he has to take are really worth it. This is a shot that I really want to make sure I land on the backside of that ball, frozen to it, and either make Tony take a risk or make a mistake. He really would like to do something aggressive, and I know that feeling. Yeah, boy, you're just on the wrong side of it to try this combo right now. He might have enough room, though. Yeah, so he's going to try and play that 12 and just land right on the backside of that 8. Again, boy, you really want to get on that ball. But does a good job protecting it. Tony does not have a clear shot on the 8. Looks like he might have enough of the 3. Okay. Just couldn't quite stretch that long enough. And that's a great situation here for Roy. In this, you really want to baby it. I would like to leave him hanging in the jaws here. The last thing I want to do is give up a bank. Makes that ball. So Tony gets 1 there. Tony does not have a bank on that 3. I don't think he can see clear to back cut the back bank to 4. Looks like he's going to try and float off the 4 and down. Okay, trying to play back in the stack. It's one of the things that Tony does so well, reads a stack so well, and plays those banks into a group of balls really, really well. We know Roy likes to leave him on the rail, and if he doesn't have a bank on that 14, yeah, boy, I wouldn't be taking that risk. Can try and play that 3 and clear the 1. Can also kind of do what he did last time and lay on the backside of the 13 ball. So play the 2 and try and get on the backside there, protecting everything from Tony's side. Alright. Boy, that 14 ball just opens things up. It really looks like you're going to make contact with a 13-5, and that just... Yeah, there we go. Looking at that 2. That's a nice shot. Gets him right on that 13. Nothing too aggressive Tony can do here. Famous last words. We are talking about Tony Chohan as he kicks at this 3 ball. A lot of people... That's a great kick. Caught it on the right side of that ball. Doesn't make it, but still stays safe. I think when you're learning this game, it's really important to not go kicking at balls like that. But players like Tony, like Scott Frost, I mean, more and more players now that, I mean, it's become a more aggressive game, have really just changed things because they hit those balls so well. Notice he played that 2 rails so he could kind of float up behind the stack. Excellent shot. Tough decision here for Roy. Yeah, I'm not sure he can stay safe playing this bank on the 8, but it looks like he might try. Play this and float down. That's a great shot. Almost gets far enough. I do think Tony's still got this back cut on the 1, but I like the idea. I think he was trying to float a little more forward towards that bottom side rail. All right, playing the 1. Clips the 9, but gets... Ooh, it's like he was trying to get up for the 5. I think he was trying to avoid that kiss. 5 ball. Going all the way back and around. Nice shot. 3 rails. 7 ball next. Gets on a good side of it to get on this 13. Beautiful shot. Tony needs 3. Yeah, I mean, little openings like this. I guess this isn't a little opening, but you see how easy it is for him to finish racks like this. Does he get there? Probably going to take this cut on the 11. Needing 1. All right, that is game number 1 for Tony Chohan. Roy broke first, so it will be Tony's break. This is an alternate break format. And... Tony kind of making sure he's got them all just to be sure. That's one of the worst feelings in the world, pulling the balls early and recognizing that you needed 1 more and forfeiting the game. All right, well, like I said, this is round 1 action here at the 2024 Derby City Classic. Here with Railbirds Productions. Yeah, we're brought to you in part by Hustlin' Clothing Line, JB Custom Cues, WBA Custom Cues. Sorry, JB Custom Cases, Lippman Lights, and Locked and Loaded. Yeah, like I said, that was JB Q cases. You see an awful lot of those in this room. Nice break there for Tony. He really lightly caught that head ball, but boy, that looked terrific. A little larger spread than you're usually going to see, but I think Tony's playing run out 1 pocket right now. And boy, with that ball that close to his hole, he's in a pretty tough spot here. This is not a fun break to be looking at. You really don't have a clear path from the 6 to get underneath there. There's not a whole lot of... You might have to kick this long rail. If you have a better cueing position, it's easy to try to hang on a ball, but boy, he's right on that rail, and you can see how effective that is. It just really limits his options on what to do here to respond. I kind of like kicking the long rail. If you can find a way to go long rail, head rail, right side rail, and make thin contact on the 14, you're a hero, but even then you might sell a bank. I'm a lot more worried about selling the game right now than I am losing a ball, so I would rather play a safe kick. Looks like you might come back. Okay, just trying to stay over on that side of the table. Boy, that's a tough one to control. 14 doesn't look... Well, it's probably cuttable for Tony. I think he's probably going to fire at that 8 ball. And I mean, most players, I think, wouldn't take that because it's pushing balls to the wrong side. But if he's cutting it thin enough, it looks like he might slip down and go between that 5-15. He's going to take a look at it. Last thing you want to do is move everything away from your pocket when you got a good spread like this. But Tony can't resist a cut like that. If he misses the 11, he's going to be in good shape. Caught the 11. Still decent. He's got to make sure he controls this combo. What happens with the 12 ball will be pretty crucial. He's just going to draw off it a little. He'll have a good shot here. Oh. Alright, so goes around it just in case things didn't work out exactly how he wanted. I think he'll probably go for that 15 next. Nope, coming back up. Yeah, he's definitely making this look easy. Tony Chohan, one of the fiercest players in this game. Defending champion. Last year's Derby City Classic champ. He's going to bump that 13. Gets a little nudge. Looks like he's got that 11 ball. Great shot. Oh man, barely doesn't get around it. That would have been curtains. But looks like Roy might get back to the table here. Playing that 5 ball through. Okay, trying to play the carom. Again, pretty aggressive shot there by Tony, but he only needs 2. He puts a ball in front of his pocket. He says, try and run him out, Roy. And let's see if he can do it. A good opening here. I think I'm probably going to play the 13 and try and get real close to that foot rail. Try and leave myself a back bank on the 2. It's really difficult when you feel this kind of pressure. I mean, this guy's just steamrolling. He's not even thinking about it. He's 2-stroking tough cuts, and all of a sudden you need 8 balls on the table, and Tony needs 2. That's, yep, looks like he's probably going for his extension here. Extensions have really changed the game also. Boy, you used to see a lot more crutch shots than you do now, and these extensions are just incredible. All right, let's see if he can get all the way down there. It's still a tough spot. He's queuing over that corner. Okay, going for the crutch also. Yeah, pretty rare you got to see the crutch and the extension, but I think that's the right choice here. Let's see if you can get all the way down to that rail. Great shot. That's exactly what he wants. He wants to be able to leave a back cut on that bank so that he can kind of come up and hopefully leave a shot next. It's pretty tough to decide what you want to do, though. Here I think I'm going to want to hold for the 10 ball. Let's see how he hits it. Overhits that one. Boy, that's one you really want to make sure sticks by your pocket if you miss it. Tony's got a pretty makeable cut here on the 2. Probably going to come back up for the 9 next. Oh, looks like he was coming up for the 5 and doesn't quite get there. All right. As crazy as it is, I think he's going to cut this 3 ball. But that's just when you're that confident. No, I guess the 7's a lot less risky. Oh, and he dogs it. All right, excellent opportunity here. Tony only needing 1 ball Roy needs them all. Let's see what he can do. He's got a wide open table here. I think I like to play 4, 7, 10 before I come back up table. Still got to think about that 3 ball, but you don't want to get too far ahead of yourself. All right, unfortunately catching the wrong side of that 7 and knocking it towards Tony's. That's going to be a little tougher for him. I think a lot of players would try to clear this 3 ball here, but you can't leave Tony that bank. At this point, you just got to shoot. I mean, you need them all. I feel like you're going to take as big of a risk playing a defensive shot here as you are an offensive shot, and if you got a chance to win the game, try to win this game. But boy, these aren't easy options. Tough cut on the 10 ball. 7 ball doesn't look bankable. I just don't see much productive happening with the 3. Yeah, I mean, let's see what he likes. Roy definitely takes his time. He's got some good ideas. Roy is a player out of Minnesota. He's a 5'18", but I tell you, Fargo doesn't say anything about your one pocket ability. There's no Fargo for one pocket. Looks like he might be trying to kick behind that 3. All right. Looks like he was just trying to lay it up and get on that rail. Doesn't quite get there. Not sure that Tony sees the cut here, but he's got a pretty easy combo here. I think you're going to see the 7-3. Nice shot. All right, that's game number 2 for Tony Chohan. Roy to break. Sounds good. This tournament here in Indiana is brought to you by Diamond Billiard Products, Simonis Tablecloth, Aramith Billiard Balls, Outsville AccuRack, AccuStats doing the video productions here, and Master Billiard Chalk. This whole event brought to you on these beautiful diamond tables. It's a pretty incredible event. All these 9-foot diamonds are just perfect. I mean, they're brand new tables. If you like what you're seeing, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We're going to have a ton of Derby City action coming to you. 2024 Railbirds, we got a ton of recorded matches to get through, and we are really excited for you guys to get to see them. Part of the allure of this event is it's been so inaccessible for players for a long time, and it's really neat to get these matches out there so people can see what a cool and unique tournament it really is. Gorgeous diamond tables, beautiful Lippmann lights above them. All right, Roy to break. See if you can catch that head ball this time. And watch that 8 ball there. Your goal is to get the cue ball ahead of the 8 ball. So again, he caught that second ball too heavy, and I hope he gets back to the table here. Leave Tony dead ahead. That's dangerous. Looks like he's going to try and draw over. Okay, trying to jostle up that 12 ball. Thought he might have tried to get over behind it, but that was a small window. 13 probably getting to the 10. Punches his way out. Leaves a good angle. I think he's going to try and get under the 11 ball here. Maybe even trying to make the 5. All right, comes a little high there. And this is... You're going to see Tony do something aggressive here. I mean, he's probably going to play the 3 into the stack. It's the best chance I see at winning the game from this turn at the table. I don't think he's too worried about that 1 hanging in the pocket because he's shooting with a dead cut. He's got a pretty big angle. It looks like he's going to go right into the 1 ball here. Yep, man, just nudges that 7 perfectly. Might try to come back across. Yep, just leaving himself the bank. It's a perfect angle to stop here, so you got the cut on the 11. He needs 3. Fires that bank in like it's nothing. He's not even worried about the 11. It's got to do something to get this last ball, though. Guess it will be the 11. Probably up and down playing the 2 next. Just coming right into that pile. What a shot. Gee whiz. That's how you play one pocket, folks. That was pretty incredible. Getting applause from his opponent. Relinquishing the game. Man, what a match. Tony Chohan wins that one 3-0. Nice shooting, Roy Gunther. Yeah, a big part of this tournament is showing up to be a part of it. So thank you for tuning in here at Railbirds Productions. Brought to you in cooperation with Bad Boys. My name is Somerfield Habener. Tune in for a ton more Derby City action 2024 coming up real soon.